Hi guys, thanks for your time. I'll try and keep this quick, but yeah, one of the main asks I'd like to put forward for Tableau, which could be a huge win for the customer and for Tableau, is the ability to capture engagement tracking metrics for all of Tableau dashboards which are web-based, so that's server, online and public. And as we go through, you'll see what I'm after or what I'm requesting and the huge benefits to everyone involved. So essentially right now, Tableau uses views as the main kind of success metric for its dashboards. And for this instance, I'll just focus on Tableau Public, but the same thing could be said for the corporate environment too. But essentially, if we see here, views are great, but we don't know the quality of each view, right? So right now I look at this and I'm going, cool, this is my best dashboard page. I'm going to keep building content like this. Same for these two. Right? They're getting a fair chunk of views. I should keep making content like this. However, when I bring in a metric which tracks engagement, like average time on the page, this picture completely changes. So now I can still see, yep, I should make content for this because it's very engaging. People are spending a couple of minutes looking at this, which is awesome. But then these two pages, they're coming and going in under a minute. And I don't think that's a quality engagement. So that really informs me that I shouldn't spend as much time making content like this, or maybe I should spend time enhancing it. But again, that's an immediate insight we can get. I should be spending more time focusing on these guys too, with one simple engagement metric. And some of the metrics I'm asking for, again, you can kind of get these very simply out of GA, Google Analytics, which for web pages. But essentially, it's page view sessions. We all know what those are. Average time on page, we just covered that. Knowing where your sources of traffic come from is huge. Do I see it on Twitter or Reddit, or maybe there's, I'm getting a huge bit of traction or featuring from a website, and I wouldn't know otherwise. Traffic types are people coming to me directly, searching for me, or from another site by someone else. Country, again, very obvious, but maybe if I suddenly see a huge spike in Japan views with engagement, that says to me I should make more Japan content. Or so these are the kind of metrics I'm asking for. These are all very simple ones in the web tracking community. These are from Google Analytics, but they're all commonly used elsewhere. These two are pretty self-explanatory. We just covered this one. Again, traffic sources. These are all pretty self-explanatory. But when you start having these metrics, engagement metrics with your dashboard content, you can suddenly start answering questions we've all been having with our Tableau, dashboards. This one we could already cover, but then suddenly, how long are people engaging my content? Or what's the quality of each view? Which content is actually getting people to come back? That's the content I want to keep making. Am I always getting huge traction on Reddit? That informs me I should keep posting there. Maybe if there's a huge spike in my views, in the past I couldn't see where that was coming from. But now I might find that some news website has featured one of my visits, and I can actively make more content to suit their audience or reach out to them if they want more content. But in the past, we were just flying blind. Again, this is always good to know if you should spend on search marketing or whatever. Again, if I find there's a huge Japanese audience who's engaged, I should probably make content for Japan and even localize some of my dashboards to increase that engagement and sharing. Also, do I spend my time building for all three device types? Maybe I can just do one. This is key, especially when, as an analyst, your time is limited and you can't do everything, even though you'd like to. This can really help inform where to spend your time. And equally, am I building my dashboards too big, too small? I can now start to figure this out. And equally, with page title, say if I have a 20-page report, but only 3 of those pages or tabs are being used, that's huge. That means I should stop wasting my time maintaining and enhancing the 17 tabs no one cares about and double down on those 3. And that's a huge thing we face in the business world too. You're blindly cranking out these reports, but if no one's using them, you have no evidence to, one, justify your actions, but also to do your actions too. So there's that. And look, no surprise, this is all in the public. Google Analytics can plug into Data Studio reports now. You just put a view ID in, and it's all nice and simple. And we'll just have a quick look. But essentially, these are stats which, I'd love to have in Tableau public and the other corporate ones. Because again, I can quickly see, those questions I started to have, like I can quickly go, right, this site's pretty good for referring my Data Studio reports. It's a no-brainer. But equally, I can see that more people are engaged when they find me through my website. So I should definitely keep posting there because my audience is more engaged with my content directly. Again, I shouldn't waste any time building for other devices apart from desktop right now. I know that's painful to hear, but like my time's limited and the data says I should, the direction I should go in. And again, US, UK, my main sources, but again, I can't tell that from Tableau Public or any Tableau report, right? At best, I could embed Google Analytics onto my webpage and track the metrics that way, but I'm still missing a huge part of my audience if my dashboards get embedded or posted somewhere else, which is bad. Like some of those Zen masters who've got hundreds of thousands of views, I bet they couldn't say where all their traffic sources came from, and I bet they're dying to know so they can make content more tailored to those kind of audiences and know where to seed it in the future. And again, screen resolutions, I've actually been building my dashboards too small. Now I'm going to kind of up it a bit, but again, I can now see that and build effectively, which is great. And look, this isn't just a nice to have, there's a ton of benefits for everyone involved here. So essentially, first off, benefits to the customer, the content creators. I've already mentioned this a few times, but this is going to help drive engagement to dashboards based on hard data. You're going to listen to that silent majority and not that vocal minority who might not really know what their whole audience wants. Again, equally, you're not going to waste time building stuff and supporting stuff which no one's using. That's going to be really helpful. Because everyone's got limited time, so now they're going to love that you're helping them make the most of their time, where to really focus and double down on. And just understand the viewers. Who's consuming my content? How can I better serve them and surface that content? These are all key things to making anyone's dashboards better and more, and equally more fun to build because you're actually not just shouting into the void. Equally, the customer again, but content consumers. If they receive more engaged dashboards, they're going to get a better view and experience with Tableau, right? They're going to use the reports more. They're going to think Tableau's invaluable and not just go, oh, what's going on? This is too messy and confusing, and kind of have negative connotations. Which shouldn't happen, but at least the designers will have metrics to help show what if they're doing anything wrong. Again, that silent majority we can now start to track. And equally, Tableau, you're going to get increased use and engagement is always good from your champions and your analysts. It's going to improve that perception and adoption of Tableau because everyone's going to think it's even better than it is already, which is awesome, by the way. A bit of free PR because people are going to make more content which can get surfaced and used more in the broader scheme, especially with Tableau Public, which will lead to increase in sales and retention, which is ultimately why you make what you make. So that's kind of it. I hope you've listened. If you've got any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Get in touch down here, or you should have my email because I've sent this round. But thanks for your time, guys. I hope you listen. Thank you.